All right. In the last class, we discussed persuasive writing style and how will you write your persuasive writing style? Give an example. Yes, Anisha, the question is for you. And the
Yes,
question is for everybody else.
ma'am. Persuasive writing style is a type of convincing writing style, or we can say it is argumentative style in which we give pros and cons of.
Start again.
Yes, ma'am. Persuasive writing style is a type of convincing writing style, or we can say it is argumentative writing in which we give pros and cons about the fact and try to give opinion about the fact. The example of persuasive writing style is cover letter, in which we describe ourselves in a brief, in which we try to convince the employer that why we are fit for that job, why he should select us to the type of writing, persuasive writing.
All right. The next question for somebody else is, what is a cover letter? Since Anisha has used the term cover letter, what is a cover letter? And how will you write a cover letter? Yes.
Cover letter is a letter in which we can write anything in ourselves in a brief that the other person know about us, and by the cover letter they know what is written in the inside of a letter, and by this way they know that the letter is useful or not. That's all.
What is the importance of cover letter? So many people are sending the resume with the application. They are forgetting about the cover letter. They are skipping the cover letter. So what is the importance of it? Yes, anybody?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. May I?
Yes, fine.
Ma'am, I think the importance of the cover letter is that to showcase the unique combination of your skills and experiences that meet the key requirements of the job descriptions. Now, it is the chance of us to show a clear link between the knowledge, experience, and abilities and the needs of the employer.
All right. Since you have put everything, you have included everything in the resume, what is the use of cover letter? What is the difference between a resume and a cover letter? Anybody?
In resume, we give in detail about
You can
ourselves,
give a detailed description of your
but in cover letter we give brief
Right.
introduction about ourselves.
detailed description of your strong points. So
So we try to make our resume different from others.
you can try convincing the HR, the recruiter. You can showcase your communication skills, which you cannot do in a resume because it is only a technical detail. But in a cover letter, you can you can showcase your strength, communication skills. You can showcase your persuasive writing style. So this is the difference. That is why in today's world, you need to back your application with a resume and a cover letter. The assignment which I had given you was write a cover letter. The technical details will be, maybe I'll explain how to write a cover letter. The format is just the same as any format, the block style, only the content will be different. Like the same thing. Why different? In the first paragraph, you will be introducing yourself and telling why you're writing this cover letter. In the second paragraph, you will write the main points. The body of the letter should include your style of convincing, technical details of your plus points. Right. And then finally, in the third paragraph, you will politely thank and close, looking forward to a favorable response. So this is how you will write a response letter. Sorry, cover letter. Always hoping for a favorable response, isn't it? So this you can do only in a cover letter. which is not possible in a resume. You cannot thank anybody in your resume. Right. So, since my assignment already is due for you, you all write a cover letter and show it to me, because I'm asking you again and again, because you need to do this. And you all need to apply, you all need to make a resume. I don't know if you have made your resume as yet or not. Have you made a resume? Not yet. Then first you make a resume, then you make a cover letter. And then mail it to me. And this is your assignment, I'm repeatedly telling you. The third style in business English is the descriptive style. Can anybody elaborate how can you write a descriptive style, and what are the technical details that has to be included? Anybody in the classroom, what is the descriptive style and why is it important in business English? Type of a letter. A letter can be informative, a letter can be persuasive, a letter can be descriptive, a letter can be narrative. So how will you describe anything? You use your imagination to write something as clear as possible. For example, you will write something and the person who is reading it can get an absolute clear picture of what you are thinking and what you want to say. It should be inclusive of every detail. So when you're describing, it should be like the picture should come in the mind. So when you're speaking in oral communication, your body language, your tone, your expression will give you a clear picture. Like for example, if you are not watching the cricket match and you're listening to the commentary, the commentator will give you every bit of detail. And then a clear picture will come in your mind, isn't it? Yes. But when you're writing, it should be full of adjectives. Like if I ask you to describe the infrastructure of Patliputra, what will you be writing? How can you describe? Not describe. Describe anything which you have seen. A person who can describe in detail, they can get the facts right. They can convey better. They can convey accurately what they want to be done. But when you cannot describe, there can be barriers in communication. Right? If you ask somebody, go and get me the file from the cabinet. Now there are five types of files over there: small, big, differently colored, yellow, green. So if I ask you, Anisha, go and get a file from the cabinet. So my communication is not clear. So you may go and take any file from the cabinet and come back to me. and then I can send you back again. This is not the file I wanted. And if I do not know how to describe, if I do not know communications, if I do not know English, if I'm speaking in English, and I do not know how to describe what file I need, the small or the large or the largest, or the colored or the thick. So if I do not know, I will not be able to convey the facts right. So descriptive style in business communication is required for you to get the facts right, to send the message 100% accurately. It should have a picture in your mind. If I say, now Anisha, go and get the pale yellow file which is on the left side. The first file on the left side. Now I have used a lot of adjectives. First, ordinal adjective. Yellow, quality. Small, quality. Thick, with black font. So if I know how to use these things, I may be 100% accurate. And then there will be no wastage of time. And if I do not know how to describe, there will be only waste of time. You might be irritated. You might irritate me also. You cannot understand, and getting a file is something so simple as getting a file. You could not bring in, and then you might be irritated also. Okay, how the hell should I know what file is required? So all these things are very important in business communication. So in your interview, the major question is introduce yourself. In introducing yourself, you will talk about, yes, my name is, and then you will say, I am from Patna. My hometown is Patna. So the next question will be definitely describe your hometown. Technically speaking, this is a major interview question. Describe your hometown, which is a complete lesson in itself, a complete chapter. Now, if you will not know how to describe, you will not be able to describe. And the end result will be disastrous. You will not be able to impress the person. Now, coming down to the basics. In I think the question of external exam, there was a question. What is an adjective? There was a question in external exam. What is an adjective and what are the types of adjectives? Now here they are hinting at whether you know the descriptive style or not. They are talking about the descriptive style of writing. Can anybody answer the question? What is an adjective and what are the types of adjective? So I guess today only Mahi Singh is present. The rest will be definitely absent. The rest, the people who are offline, they will be there, definitely. But people who are not, people who are at home, online, and with their camera switched off, they will be in deep trouble. And then don't come back running to me. Ma'am, I was present and I was marked absent. So what does this method help us? Nobody answered the question. What is an adjective?
An adjective is a word
Adjective are the
There are many types of adjective, like adjective of quality, adjective of quantity, demonstrative adjective.
Yes. And you need to know the types of adjectives, only then you will be able to describe. For example, I said the first file, the second file, the third row from the left. On the right, the second student from the right. The second row, third boy. So I'm able to communicate. And you will be able to understand kisko bulaya ja raha hai. Even if there is a batch of 100 students in the class, I will be able to identify the sixth boy from the 8th row. So easy. 8th row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So learn how to describe. Now, this method helps the readers to become more connected to the writing. When something is written, when you're describing it, you are connected. And when you're connected, you can respond better. You can understand better. Because when you're describing something, you feel good. For example, if you describe a beautiful rose in the garden, your description should be as such that the person reading it can almost feel the presence of a rose in front of him. Or the fragrance, you can almost smell the fragrance. So such vivid should be your description. And technically speaking, descriptive writing style employs literal techniques. Literacy technique, how good you are at writing, how good you are at elaborating. Such as similes, metaphors. What are similes? It was as dark as night. It was as bright as the shining star. These are the similes, the comparatives, the comparisons, the metaphor. So you need to know all of these to describe something. So the techniques which you are going to use to engage the audience. किस तरह से आप ऑडियंस को का इंटरेस्ट को कायम रखते हैं, बरकरार रखते हैं. Like there's so many people who are storytellers. There are many people who are speakers, they are writers. But some people attract with their vivid description. Others don't because they are not technical. If somebody says that it was a rose, you may have never seen a rose like that. It was such a beautiful rose. And if I say, I've never seen such beauty, the nature which nature has showered on us. So it was just perfect. Nothing less, nothing more, just right. Then the picture will come in your mind of a perfect rose. The fragrance of which is still there in my mind. And for many times, I have felt good remembering that particular rose. William Wordsworth was a poet of nature. So in one of the poems, the daffodils, he describes the daffodils. You must have read the story in your school. The last line he says that He chanced upon, I was wandering as a cloud. Now, this is comparison. He was wandering like a cloud. It means he was just roaming about here and there without any purpose. Clouds do not have a purpose. So Wordsworth says that I was wandering like a cloud. बादल की तरह मैं घूम रहा था. When I chanced upon the daffodils, तभी उसकी नजर पड़ी daffodils पे. And then he describes in the poem he describes it. The yellow, the gold. And then he says that, in the end he says that, he keeps this in his mind. He is going to remember this all his time. Why? Because when he will be lying in his couch, in his sofa at home, on any dull moment, on any grey moment, he will remember those daffodils and feel good. Right? So descriptive poets are very good at describing. So they are the people who have written and they have created a picture. They have created a complete picture by describing. In another poem, John Keats says that. John Keats was a poet. He died very young. He died only when he was 22 years old. So he describes his feelings when he heard a nightingale. And then he elaborates it. And it was the voice was so beautiful that it seemed like no ordinary bird. So they are the fairies from heaven. So the imagination comes in the reader's mind, how beautiful it might be singing. And then he continues to, furthermore, he says that he forgets all his pain. He forgets all the troubles which he was going through. And then he's surprised. I have not taken any pill. I have not had anything which can soothe my pain. But how is it that this particular nightingale, she's so adept, she's so skilled that she has taken away my pain through her beautiful singing. So this is the descriptive writing style. When you reach out, when you describe, and no wonder they have become one of the best writers in the world. So they describe in a way that you are connected, you're glued. Some stories are so beautiful, so interesting that you will not leave the book. You will complete the story and only then you will keep it. Some movies are so interesting that you will watch the whole movie because of all the descriptive styles used, whether it is song or anything, just about anything. Examples of descriptive writing styles, just now what I said, poetic. In poetry, you describe fictional novels, any novel. For descriptive writing style, if you are asked in your examination, write about any story which you have read, write about any poetry. I've just described two poetries, Daffodils and Nightingale. Any poetry, any novel, any movie, any event which you have watched. So examples will be for descriptive writing style, poetry, fictional novels or plays. A first-hand account of any event. First-hand account means the way you saw it. And next, in the next class, we'll discuss the narrative style. So we discuss expository we have done, and persuasive I've done, but I have not got any feedback. I have not got any presentation from the. Yes, some of you have done this expository writing style, but that's it. You have not done any persuasive, which you need to do, and now the descriptive writing style, which is the account which you can, how well you can describe it. And then in the next class, we'll sum it up with the narrative, which again is quite different. So all these 4 writing styles are very different. When you're writing, you can choose as per the situation. If the situation is for informative writing style, only inform. And the situation describes for descriptive writing style, describe. When the situation asks for persuasive writing style, do justice. And the narrative style, we are going to discuss that in the next class. So I was hoping today there will be some presentation, but then you all have become very lazy, right?